Yeah.
all vibration. Everything's vibration. You and I, everybody, everything, plants, animals, rocks, all of it is vibration. And so when we create vibration that we can hear,
Mm-hmm.
right, through the instruments, it affects our bodies, our physical bodies. So it penetrates our ears, but it also penetrates every cell of our body. So if you can imagine like your skin absorbing the vibration, we're
Right.
hearing it, but we're also feeling it,
Yeah.
right? And so when that vibration enters our body, it releases physical blocks, emotional
Right.
blocks, mental blocks. When we start releasing blocks, energy flows more freely.
Welcome to a New Human podcast. This show is a place where we find out who we truly are and what we strive to be. Listen as we unravel current history and make our way to a new beginning. I am your host, Justin Klein.
Janel went.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna let you go here. I think go into what year 2008 where you learned yoga
Mm-hmm.
was your first kind of stepping stone.
Yeah. So yoga was my introduction into the spiritual, metaphysical, and kind of an awakening for me. At first, I thought it was just a physical thing to do. Let's get in shape. Let's stretch. Let's get active. Maybe a little stronger. And after my first yoga class, there was I knew that it wasn't just about physical yoga.
Right.
So
There was something
I
else
got
going
lucky
on.
and went to a class that actually taught breathing,
Yeah.
some meditation, and that's I think the breathing part especially
Right.
was monumental because when you start breathing properly, it opens up some things inside that
You didn't know that was
I
there.
had no idea.
Yeah. Anything else you find in yoga?
Oh, so much. Yoga transformed my life.
Can you give me some examples?
So I was a hairdresser for 35 years. During that time is when I found yoga. I got into yoga because I wanted to stay youthful looking and young. And I had seen a show on Oprah that had this amazing yoga instructor that had been teaching forever. And
Right.
she looked like she was in her 30s and turned out she was like 60 years old. And she could do, all of the tough poses. She did a little demonstration. And I just thought, oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
she's amazing. And that's what I want to do. I want to be youthful forever.
Right.
And so it was pure vanity. I got into it. And then it was like, oh no, there's more to it. There's so much more. So
Did you have any idea up until that point, like you were going to find out about breath or ruffling up some feathers inside of you? Or was just like, I'm going to do this for my physical health so I can be 60 and still play with my grandkids or children or friends and still do what I want to do at 60 years old?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had no clue what it was going to do for me. Being a hairdresser, it's all about how you look, how you present yourself. And that was a huge part of me, is presenting myself a certain way.
Yeah.
So like you, I'm a Gemini.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have the face that we present to people, right? And then we have the face that is our true self.
Right.
And so my whole life, I always needed to look a certain way. I always had to have my hair done. I always had to have my makeup done, had to look nice. My clothes had to look nice. And so I really worried about how people looked at me and thought of me. Yeah. So that was huge for me. That's why I became a hairdresser, is because I wanted to be able to look good all the time. And that helped me. Yeah. So when I got into yoga, then I learned about unattachment. So being unattached to how I felt about looking.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of my very first lessons.
Wow.
Was becoming unattached.
Yeah, that's deep.
And so I thought, well, first I thought, oh, well, if I'm unattached, then who am I? I mean,
Well, there you
am I
go.
cold? Am
Yeah.
I unloving? Am I, all these things? And no, it's not like that. It's just a way of letting go.
That's the biggest question too, right there. Who am I? Just go into yoga. Everybody listening out there, like, she found yoga for physicality, but also to stay youthful because of your image, your persona that you're trying to maintain. But then when doing yoga, you found breath and you found how to release some of your image and maybe look within and find your inner self. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that like, how long does that take to get then, do you think? Like, I mean, so you start doing yoga, first session, did you have anything profound happen, or was this like something like 2 months into yoga,
It's still going on.
still going on?
Yeah.
It's a
It's
practice.
a practice. It's a
Yeah.
process. And there are days when I feel like it doesn't matter what I look like. And then
Right.
there are days where I'm like, oh,
Is that another
I have
gray hair?
And I've got this little spot on my face right now. I was a little bit concerned about that
Yeah.
part of
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just had a little biopsy. Yeah. So, it's
Uh-huh.
one of those things that for the last week I haven't worn any makeup
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay. You said anything. I'm still the
Right.
same person. So yeah, it's a process.
It is. And changing, because we are constantly changing every day, physicality, looks wise, and hopefully spiritual and emotional and mental. You're changing. But to be okay with some of those changes too, So, yeah, with the yoga, you're saying you're practicing every day. What led you to teach it then? Or was that your mission from the beginning, was like, I'm going to learn this and then I'm going to teach it?
No, I never thought I would teach it.
Yeah.
It never crossed my mind. I just thought I'd be a student. Couple years down the road, I was at a gym and working out and doing the thing. And afterwards, I'd always do some yoga, just some gentle stretching. And
Mhm.
one of the gals in the gym said, "Why don't you teach us how to do that?" So I thought, well, okay, I probably could, and found a class.
Uh-huh.
And I took a 3-day intensive teacher training. Kicked my butt, and I learned that that was not my kind of yoga.
Right.
It was all about the physical
It was.
part.
Like holding positions or what?
Yeah, it was all about the physical. So it was
Yeah.
all about the postures.
Mm.
We did some breath work, but there was no spirituality introduced at all.
Right.
And maybe on down the road there would have been with this particular
Right.
type of yoga. But I knew that there was more to it
Right.
than what they were teaching. So I wasn't happy with that particular yoga. And so I kept searching and I found Tri Yoga, which is the yoga that I teach. And so,
And why is it called tri yoga? Like a trinity for something for tri?
yeah,
Or what?
so there's trinities in everything
Yeah.
that we do. There's so many.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, breath, posture, mudra.
Okay.
Yeah. Mudras are hand
Right. And
gestures.
that's why it's called tri yoga.
Yeah, but there's many others, there's many
Yeah.
others. That's just one example.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So you learned, so with that 3-day class, like, you are now teaching, or did you go on to learn other stuff too?
So, yeah, I did that 3-day
Yeah.
class, which and I pretty much said, "I'm gonna go teach yoga after I'm
R-
done with this."
Right.
That didn't sit well with a lot of the people in the class, but
Right.
there's no rules, there's no laws that say you can't do this. So I was determined that I was going to just teach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I found Tri Yoga, they had a teacher training. So I signed up right away. So I progressively went through the Tri Yoga teacher training. And as I learned from them, that's what I taught in my classes. So it came naturally to me. In the meantime, I had this astrology reading.
Okay.
And
is this right away? So you're just getting into yoga?
Yeah, just getting into yoga.
Yeah.
I had this astrology reading,
Okay.
and they the astrologist says, you are a natural born teacher. You are meant to teach. I'm like, okay, I agree.
Yeah.
And what you're doing now, you are going to keep doing it. And so I always remember that. And I just fall back on that. Every time somebody asks me to teach something, I say yes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I live my life. Philosophy of if an opportunity presents itself, if it feels right, you say yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're no longer really searching. You're just sitting back and letting it come to you.
I've let things come to me my whole life. So I've never been a planner. I've never been I'm a dreamer. I have dreams.
Yeah.
But I don't make a plan. I
Right.
let things come to me.
Those are the best, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta have dreams too. We're doing yoga, and are you like, is this your job, or were you working somewhere else during this time period?
So yeah, I was doing hair.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I
doing
was doing
hair
hair,
and
yeah.
then yoga.
Yep.
At what point, or like, did yoga ever become like a career, or was this more just like a hobby and something you're teaching and doing?
Yeah, it was more of an interest.
Yeah.
And never a career.
Right.
There was at one point in time where I was teaching, like 3 or 4 classes a week.
Right.
But it was only because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
So I was doing hair every day, teaching yoga on my days off or on the weekends.
When did the hair business avenue go away then?
Well, that was way back or way further down the road.
Yeah.
When we decided to open a rock shop.
Yeah. A rock shop. Like what kind of rocks? We talking about like rocks in the cornfield that you just dig out?
Well, not quite. These are rocks from all over the world, and they're all beautiful, beautiful rocks that draw people to them.
Yeah. So you're doing hair, and then you decided to open a rock shop, or was this like you and your husband's dream, or was it your husband's dream or yours, or what? Let's start unpacking this rock shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want everything in sequential order?
No, it doesn't have to be, I don't think.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
I just want to get back to like current time though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was in a shaman class. And part of the shaman class is being introduced into the metaphysical powers, the magic of crystals.
Okay.
And so after, coming home from shaman class, talking to my husband about all these rocks and crystals, and it ignites in him this passion that he has and has had forever since he was a little kid. His uncle was into rocks and gave him his first rock, and he would always pick up rocks, and he was always interested. So my shaman class kind of ignited in him this passion, and we went to rock shops all over and started collecting. And then 10 years ago, we started talking about it. He was interested in opening a shop. And at that time, he was a realtor. And
so he's a realtor. You're a hairstylist practicing yoga.
Right.
We're taking a rock shaman class, or a shaman rock class, however we want to paint that picture there. And now we're thinking about opening a rock shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So, when you're at an age where you realize that life is short, and if you want to do something
now,
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it now. And so we just dove in. We had a little nest egg, and we decided to open our shop where we live. We live in Clarence.
Small town in Iowa.
Yep. Tiny little town. And so one of the reasons we decided to open the shop is because my husband owned a building where his real estate office was.
Okay. So you already had that.
We had the building.
Yeah.
And when we looked around for different places to rent or maybe in the cities, we found that it was so expensive. And so since we already owned the building, we didn't have that.
Not overhead. A lot. Yeah, your overhead's cheap.
So we decided you know what? We love rocks, and we traveled for rocks. We knew other people would come.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, it was great. So 2016, we opened our rock shop, and it's just exploded. It's just been great. my husband Kirk does all of the social media. So
what is this called?
Hound Dog Rock Shop.
Hound Dog, like Elvis Presley Hound Dog?
Yes, Basset Hound.
Basset Hound, because
So,
of your dog.
Yes. So over our 41 years of marriage, we've owned 6 different Basset Hounds. I shouldn't say owned. I should say lived with.
Lived with. So, Hound Dog. How did you get the name Hound Dog then?
So when you look for rocks,
Yeah.
you're a rock hound.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Hound Dog is, what we have.
Yeah.
So it just kind of flowed out one day. We were trying to brainstorm, thinking of names, and it just flowed. So. And if you ever seen our logo with the Hound Dog, it's just fun to play with. And so Kirk does our social media, and he has done such a great job. We have nearly 10,000 followers now. So
10,000 followers. Wow.
It's very close. So
we'll keep replaying this too everywhere, and I'm sure you get, what I like about it, the Hound Dog Rock Shop, is it's such a chill back, unique name. It's not like the gym shop or, where you go to other big cities. It's all like crystal or the Vortex shop or whatever, about crystals. This is more just kind of like chill, laid back. And it's perfect for Iowa, Midwest, everything. When actually, how I stumbled into your life, I guess, was one of our employees for our automotive business lives close to your guys' place. And he brought me back some black tourmaline. And I was like, to work one day, and I was like, where'd you get that? And he's like, oh, in Clarence. And I'm like, okay, where's Clarence? He's like, oh, it's a small shop, just down the road from us. I'm like, okay, they have a rock shop there. And when he said rock shop, I'm like, I grew up on a farm and we were picking up rocks constantly, and you might get a geode and crack it open or whatever, but it was not, I didn't even think about crystals or nothing. And he's like, yeah, you just got to go check it out. And then when I did, I mean, guys, when I'm saying this, like, listen right now, like, this is not your ordinary just rock shop. Like, there's crystals, do you want to say exactly what you all have there in this rock shop other than just rocks?
We are primarily a rock shop.
Okay.
So we have rocks from all over the world. We have specimens for people who like to have a specimen versus a polished rock, but we have lots of polished rocks as well. We have rocks on stands. We have cathedrals, like your typical amethyst cathedrals.
Oh, yeah.
We have tons, over 360 different tumbled stones.
Yeah.
Gosh, we have so much, but we also have sage, Palo Santo, incense, a few metaphysical things. We're primarily a rock shop, and that's what you're going to find. And prices range from 50 cents up to a couple $1,000s. And
I think, guys, especially if you're in Iowa, I tell everybody about your shop because seriously, I hope we touched on this before this show, we started producing it. I've been to, I don't know, at least 50 rock shops across the nation. Yours is by far the best. It's not the biggest, but it's just, I get to come and see you. It's very friendly. I got to meet your husband that day, Kirk, and he's a spitball of fire. I love him. And it just is, it's nice how educated you guys are. I remember talking with Kirk about it, and I had never heard of moldavite from you guys. And I remember when he was like, oh, I got something here for you. And I was like, I was getting nervous because like I could just like the tone of his voice and the look in his eye. I was like, what is he bringing out here? Because he's like going behind the counter here. I'm like, all right, what we got? And then when I held it, it was like kind of like time warped me, it just brought me into a vision quick. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta have this. And it went from like sitting on my like nightstand to I started carrying it with me and like really becoming one with this crystal, or gem. And just little stuff like that, where you find one little rock or whatever it is, and then it becomes a part of you, and then you lose it for a second. You're like, oh my God, my rock, where'd my rock go? And then it turns up for you, or if it leaves or it breaks, Usually that's kind of telling you a sign, right?
Yeah. So some people think if it breaks, it's just meant to be shared with somebody else.
Mhm. What do you think?
That's what I think.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if you misplace
Yeah.
it or
And some
whatever,
people stone or crystal has absorbed so much energy that
cracks.
it just can't handle anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's possible.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. So, is there any future plans with the Hound Dog Rock Shop, or just can you let us, like, if anything just happened recently, or
Well, we're going to celebrate our 9th-year anniversary, so
yeah,
we'll have a big drawing for a big crystal
yeah.
something. Yeah, we haven't
So,
decided yet what we're going to give away, but every year we've done some big promotion where
right,
people come in and they purchase whatever they purchase and they get a ticket.
right,
So if you, for every $5 you spend or every $10 you spend, you get a ticket, and
right,
we throw it in a basket.
right.
And after a week or whatever, we draw a ticket if your number matches, and then you win some big prize. So yeah, so it'll be, since it's our ninth year, it'll be around a $900 prize.
So, and two, which you forgot, but I'm gonna put it in here for you. Jewelry. And do you care, like, making jewelry, or is that something like you just make a certain thing and then you put it in the counter? Because the necklaces that you were wrapping the stones with the wire and stuff, you did that megalodon tooth for me, and oh my God, it's so beautiful. And even like looking at jewelry, guys, I would go into like a Steve Keat Hoyt, and I remember getting my wife her wedding ring, and I mean, yeah, it's a diamond, it's great and wonderful, or a necklace and that. But then when I like walked into your place and I'm seeing, okay, some shiny things, but also a rock, that's got properties that suit my body and what I'm looking for. And then you add some fancy copper and wire wrapped around it, like that's amazing. Like, how did you get into
Yeah.
making jewelry?
So when we knew that we were going to open the rock shop, we visited other rock shops to see what they had. And
Right.
everyone said, you got to have some jewelry. And I am by nature a crafty person. So I thought, well, I'm just going to make some.
Yeah.
So I started learning how to wire wrap, and I took a couple of classes, watched a lot of YouTube videos,
Yeah.
and just practiced a lot.
Right.
So that's what I do. I do wire wrapped pendants.
Pendants.
And so I do things that I like.
Right.
I work with stones and crystals that I love. But then I also have people bring me things.
Mm-hmm.
Most recently, I had somebody bring me it was a shell,
Mm-hmm.
but it was fossilized. They
Yeah.
had found it on the beach. I think up north near one of the lakes. Brought it in, had, it was special to her, had me
Right.
wrap it, and yeah, that's what she wears. So
Right.
yeah, so odd things.
Well, and I think that is just what you just said, special, because they found that shell, on the beach, that they could have been going through one of the most beautiful life changing moments and like just found that shell, and maybe they want to wear it close to their heart now, and like, hey, can you make this? And then you're putting all your love and energy into this shell, and now they're wearing it, showing it off. Well, where'd you get that done at? I didn't know how much you wanted to go in that. Like, well, I'm not really promote my jewelry business because I don't have time for that because I'm so busy.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. And that is true.
Yeah. So yeah, the Hound Dog Rock Shop. And what are your hours and when are you open?
Yeah, so we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay.
So Wednesday through Friday, we're open from 10 to 6. Saturdays 9 to 5,
Mm.
and on Sundays we're open from 11 to 4.
Right. And do you have employees there? Or is it just you and Kirk?
Yeah, no employees.
No employees. So it is just you and your husband running the
Yes.
show there.
Yes.
Wow, that is awesome.
So, like you had mentioned before, we do have a small building.
Mm-hmm.
We pack a lot into a small building,
They do. Yeah.
and we try to keep things very simple.
Yeah.
And so simple for us and stress-free for us means no employees.
Too, but it's just nice to go in to see your face, like when I'm going to the Hound Dog Rock. And that is something to be said when you go into a particular place or whatever it is, or a barber shop. You're looking for that person, you're looking for that face. That business is that face, and when they can see you in there, it's just like, and again, guys, because they are so knowledgeable. I can't believe, how many thousands of different rocks you have roughly in your store, and to know what each one is for, where it came from, and this and that, like, your head has to hurt sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank goodness for internet. So,
Yeah.
if you don't know, you look it up and you learn. So every day is a learning.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We don't claim to know it all, but we can find out for you.
So you're doing the rocks, you're doing yoga. Let's go into a little bit more of the yoga. So now that you're teaching yoga and you're doing yoga, where, if I wanted to come do yoga with you, where's that happen?
Ah, so in Clarence.
In Clarence.
Yes.
Big Clarence.
I know. We're less than 1,000 people.
Okay.
It's just a tiny little town, but we do have this amazing, we have 2 churches, but the church that I belong to is St. John's United Church of Christ. When I first started teaching, I was, of course, looking for a place, and it's literally just down the street from my house.
Really?
And so I just asked.
Yeah.
That's, of course, I was cutting the hair of the pastor at the time.
That was you left that out in the beginning. That was your into the church.
Well, I kind of had a little advantage there.
There you go.
It's just been a church that's been open.
Yeah.
Never been questioned about yoga and what I was doing, or if there's any woo-woo or anything.
Right.
No one has ever questioned me. I think that I'm just trustworthy. I'm not trying to convert anybody, or
no,
that's what yoga is not about. That
right. So you're doing it at church though, but like, would you just like print off a flyer or something and put it on the church bulletin and saying like, on Sundays or what days of the week where was this? Or
yeah, actually it is. It's posted in the weekly bulletin. It's also published. There's a monthly flyer that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so people know that I do it. Don't necessarily have a lot of people from church come. Our congregation right now is a lot of elderly people. So
is it okay with the church and the board and the pastor and everything if it's just like people that don't go to church just come to your yoga?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just an open space where people can come and practice.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there anything else you do that the church is letting you use their facilities with?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
About 3 years ago, I took a class on sound healing.
Sound healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So through Sound Healing Academy and Natalie Brown.
Right. Amazing teacher.
Yeah. So she was my teacher, and this is kind of a weird story, but I was just coming home from a rock and mineral show.
Okay.
And we decided to take the weekend off because we were tired.
Yeah.
And I went to a sound bath that Natalie was having and got to talking to some of the participants and found out that she was having a class that weekend.
Like a really
like a workshop
that weekend. Okay.
And so after this sound bath that I went to, I went to her, and I didn't know her. I had seen her before,
right?
And I knew who she was, but I didn't know her. To just go up and say, "Hey, Natalie, do you have an extra space in your class?" Yeah. I would really enjoy being there and learning. And she's like, "Yes, come."
Wow.
And I know that I was an extra because usually she has like 12 people come. I was the 13th.
Oh, no.
So anyway, I felt very fortunate and was so grateful. And during the workshop, I was just blown away. I had already started collecting Instruments? I have collected instruments my whole life, and I never knew what I was going to do with them. I
Right.
just played them. I liked them. Yeah, I just liked them.
Did you ever think at the time before this class that they were healing?
No, I really never gave it a lot of thought.
Right.
I just knew that it made me feel good.
Yeah.
hmm
And that's the important part.
Yeah, yeah. So I went to the class. I learned about how to play
Mm-hmm.
different instruments that I didn't have, like some crystal bowls,
Yeah.
tuning forks.
Yeah, tuning forks.
Yeah, tuning forks were, I think that was the number one thing that I learned the most about. So
Yeah.
part of this class then was, it's an introduction
Mm-hmm.
to all of things. And the level 2 class, then you get to choose. Do you want to do group sessions or do you want to do one-on-one sessions?
Right.
Well, I already knew I didn't have time for one-on-one. Too many other things that.
Yeah, you got the rocks, you got yoga, you got
Plus,
a lot.
I'm a grandma. I've
Yeah.
got grandkids.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, everything just keeps you so busy. So I knew that groups was my thing to do. So when I got into doing groups, then I asked the church, I've got this thing that I'm doing, and went to the pastor, and actually it was a different pastor this time. They had switched. So I was a little bit nervous about asking.
For sure.
And there was no hesitation. It was all, yeah.
That's amazing.
That's great. Do what you want. So I just jumped right in, and I've been holding sound baths at the church for the last 3 years, every first Sunday of each month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you playing anywhere else, or is this just at the church?
I have played many places.
Many places.
So yoga studios. I've played at outdoor venues.
You're mobile then?
Yes, mobile. I've played private homes.
Do you have a fee or anything like that? Like if one would say, like let's say a friend of mine was listening to this podcast and was like, I really think I want to hear the gongs that Janel plays. Like, how do I get her to come out to my place? I'm going to have 5 or 6. We have space for you, and we have 5 or 6 people that will be participating. Do you have a cost or anything like that? Or is that something we need to circle back to?
Everything's negotiable. So, and that's a hard thing to tell somebody. This is what I charge.
Right.
You've got it. You've got your time.
Right.
Because loading a car.
Oh, for sure.
The travel time,
driving,
up,
for sure.
Everything, it all takes more time actually and effort than it does to actually do the sound bath.
It does. And that's where I think, like with Chelsea, why we created our studios, because she didn't want to go places, and she tended to like the one-on-one session versus the group thing, even though we do group. But I understand what you're saying, because she has gone places and I've helped her load the car and unload it. And I'm like, man, this is not just turned into like, hey, we already have your space set up. It's 5 minutes, you're ready to play. Now you're this and that. So I get what you're saying. Every situation might be different. Yeah. Wow. So I want to go back to that church though. With the pastor, so it was a new pastor and you were nervous. How did you present saying, I discovered this new sound healing that I would like to, how did that go?
Pretty much just like that.
Just like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think this would be good for our community. It feels.
I didn't even have to pitch.
Really?
I just said, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is what I'd like to do.
Right.
I want to, do this maybe once a month.
Right.
Is it okay? Yeah, it's fine.
Is every session different for you at the church? We were talking off air about your gongs. Like, will you have one of those, or more crystal bowls, or drumming, or how do you determine, or which one's going to be what for that month?
So not to sound really woo-woo, but I just let him speak to me.
Yeah.
I've got my space at home that I keep and store my instruments. I usually have 3 gongs set up in my space, along with some Tibetan, bowls, the metal singing bowls. And I usually always have my Rav Vast, which is like a hand pan. I always have that out because it's one of my favorites. But so I practice in my space. And then when it comes time to
decide.
do
Yeah. You're just
it's
winging it, going with the
it's
flow.
I just it's like, okay. And then sometimes I think about it. And usually when I think about it, it's about 3 or 4 nights before I do it. I'm laying in bed and I wake up and I think, oh, these things start coming to me, things that I need to do, and I have to write them down. Otherwise, I forget things that I need to bring with me, things that I need to say, things that I need to cover. Like, let's get a little bit deeper into our breathing. Let's get a little bit deeper into our relaxation part.
Because you're doing the yoga nidra, getting them into a relaxed meditative state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those things come to me about a few days ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The instruments, they'll speak up and say, yep, I need to come. I need to come. I need to come. So I just take
That is pretty woo-woo, Janel.
I know. But it is what it is.
Right.
I just go with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this morning
it's very Gemini.
Yeah. This morning I did a session at our local nursing home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do that every other month. So the instruments that I took today will be totally different from the ones I take next time.
That's so awesome that you're just giving back to your community. And it's like your little celebrity of Clarence, get your rock shop and
yeah.
It's amazing.
I belong to this group on Facebook, Sound Healers. There's so many different groups. But anyway, there was somebody asking advice on how do I get started. There's so many sound healers now. They're on every corner. I can't compete. I just don't.
I know.
So, and I think, the answer is, do you?
Right.
Do you?
Look at how many musicians there are. I mean, from the 70s to now, or even Elvis. Let's go back to Elvis or the Beatles. And you know what I mean? All the competition they had. And I was trying to tell my wife this. We were talking about, because in our area, she was one of the first sound healers in our area around this community. And now our friends are starting to become sound healers. And I was telling Chelsea this. I was like, honey, this is going to be like the new Reiki, and it's going to surpass probably Reiki. Like, everybody is going to be a sound healer because we as humans resonate with sound and music, driving in the car, whether we used to go watch a band play or go dancing. Like, all you can do with music. And even our son at school, we were talking about music the other day. He's like, Dad, I don't really care for music. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you don't care for music? And he's like, well, just at school, it's like all classical and what we're learning. I'm like, buddy, okay, you like math, right? He's like, yeah, I love math, Dad. That's my favorite subject. And I'm like, music is math. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, think about it. It's sequences, figuring out the tones, the letters, and how each one goes, and its repetitions, the patterns it has. Like, that's what math is. Math is music, music is math. And he's like, oh, okay. And I think when he thought of it like that, he instantly oh, I'm gonna go to Mr. Brown's class tomorrow and really pay attention to music now, because this is something I can relate to. And I think, I mean, it's going to be changing rapidly, I think, just across the world, the benefits of it. And oh my gosh, hearing some of those was just the feelings. Can you touch on that? Like, what the feelings and what's happening, at least your point of view, with the music, whether it's the gongs or you want to go into the bowls, what you're doing and how your client or what they're experiencing.
It's all vibration. Everything's vibration. You and I, everybody, everything, plants, animals, rocks, all of it is vibration. And so when we create vibration that we can hear, right, through the instruments, it affects our bodies, our physical bodies. So it penetrates our ears, but it also penetrates every cell of our body. So if you can imagine your skin absorbing the vibration,
right?
We're hearing it, but we're also feeling it.
Yeah.
Right. And so when that vibration enters our body, it releases physical blocks, emotional blocks, mental blocks. When we start releasing blocks, energy flows more freely.
Yoga.
So, right. Same with yoga. It's exactly the same. So when we release, let go of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen people release emotionally with tears.
Right.
Some people might shake, jitter,
Vibrate.
They vibrate, but you know, a leg might twitch.
Yeah.
You know, that's all energy that's being released.
Flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you see the physical part of it,
Right.
which is incredible. So that can happen with bowls.
For sure.
Happen with your Tibetan metal bowls, your crystal bowls.
Yeah.
It can happen with a Native American flute.
Yeah. A drum.
Drums are very powerful.
Yeah, I mean, shaman's been using those for
Absolutely.
eons just to get you into a trance state, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So, and of course, my favorite instrument is the gong.
Why is it your favorite?
I think that it touches me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And of course, when you're sitting face to face with a gong and you strike a gong gently,
you're not like whacking it like bang.
you can.
Yeah, you
And
can.
I have.
Yeah.
But it's much more effective if it's done in a gentle way.
Right.
With intention.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So intention is everything.
For sure.
And so when you have a group of people, or if you're doing a one-on-one, if you have pure intentions for the highest good of all the people that are there, you cannot go wrong. So
that's beautifully said. Yeah. Wise words from a wise teacher. Yeah. I'm thinking back to when you were saying vibration. And for listeners out there that maybe don't understand that word, because it's a big word and it can mean a lot of things. I I used to watch American Idol back in the day, and Jennifer Lopez was one of the judges, and she would say, "Oh, I just got goosies. Oh, you gave me the goosies, goosebumps." Right there's vibration. So, you know, when you're playing that gong, at least for me, that's what it would do. Especially during the sound in Cedar Rapids, a Harmony Festival you were playing at, and we attended one of Janel's gong shops. And I was sitting there, and I had never heard right, but you were like, I don't know, maybe like just barely rubbing the gong with your, I call it like a sucker.
Yeah, it's called a flumie.
A flumie, yeah. And it was constantly vibrating, but it wasn't like, it was like just a not just like a bong.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a drone.
Right. And it was just instantly like raising every hair on my body, you know, to the point I had goosebumps, you know, and then you could control those goosebumps to go down and then to come back up and then to go down, and you're playing with that vibration now. And then you would strike maybe a higher pitch gong or do your, I don't know what they call that, but it's like a rattle or like boom, 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 boom. Goosebumps is another term or way for it. Is there any, like, so when you're doing your gongs, do you bring other instruments or is it just primarily gongs you're playing at that point?
I do play other instruments with the gongs.
Yeah. What's your...
So it varies.
It does.
I have so many that I like to play with gongs, but like today I have the Sforum chime. So it's like bars. They're metal bars at different pitches.
Yeah.
So I played that this morning with my gong.
Right.
And I just took one gong. I took that chime, but I also have like the koshi chimes that I played with it. I also have a canary seed chime that I played with the gong. So, and even a shaker, shaker came in today, and all kind of intertwining with the gongs.
But you're just flowing with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was, and I'm sorry that I did not record that today.
Yeah.
I usually record every session. And
oh, you do?
Today I just forgot my recorder at home. So
how does your sound on recording, like, because we did show, like, are you doing with the phone or are you doing with some other type of recorder?
I'm using a Tascam recorder.
Okay.
And it's a little handheld recorder. I think it was maybe $200.
It's just
But
audio
it's
only, right?
audio,
Yeah.
audio. It's got 2 microphones on
Okay.
it. Easy to use. It runs on batteries
Right.
versus being rechargeable.
Right.
So I know it's always ready to go.
Right.
I can also plug it into a computer
Yeah.
and download my recordings.
Right.
So, which I haven't done yet because I am not very good at
Techie
computer
stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
It's
maybe we
terrible.
can figure something out off air.
Well,
Because the only reason I was asking Chelsea with her sound level 2, we had to record a session that she did on me, and I have a couple of different microphones like this podcast and stuff, and I had this was a Shure brand, but it was a remote one, and I put it on my shirt, and then it goes through my phone. But I noticed when we played the gong and then like a root chakra bowl, crystal bowl versus like more of a deeper tone, it didn't sound right. It like almost sounded like I would just say like really bad subs in a vehicle,
yeah.
and I'm like, what? How does this? I've listened to YouTube before, and like some of these sound so amazing, but ours sounds like poop.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So this is something I just learned.
Okay.
So I have a guy that I follow, Michael Bettine.
Okay, Michael
And
Bettine, okay.
he does YouTube videos. And I'm also a Patreon.
Mhm.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So so he puts out these educational videos.
Right.
And the series that he's doing right now is all about recording.
Okay.
Which is wonderful.
Right.
But there's something called a 24-bit recorder.
Okay.
And a 32 float or something like that. Okay. So I'm not getting them quite right. But it's the 32 that you want. You want the 32 float. It doesn't so the sound is much better with
right. So it's not muffled and
So like the 24, it like kind of like goes off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't like go through it. Like that's what's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now that I'm wrapping my head around it, is gongs and those deeper tones are such high vibration that it's bouncing off of the microphone and it's not going through it.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I'm saying that, that makes sense, So if it goes through it, then it sounds like it should sound, not versus like in your car. I mean, when I was a young kid once, and we crank up the bass, and let her hat rattle on her head or put on a right rap song, and yeah, that's just what it's doing. It's bouncing off you versus going through you. So
yeah. So the 32-bit float, you want to?
Yeah, we're looking into that. Chelsea wants to do that. She's got a beautiful voice, my wife does, but she's just like, I don't understand, because we used to do karaoke when we were younger. But now she's like insecure about her voice and saying like what she wants, because she's so passionate about sound healing. She's, back to our persona, like, am I going to sound good enough? And I'm like, man, this girl, like, there was one point I was like, honey, you need to be auditioning for American Idol right now so we can win the million or whatever. And yeah, you take care of me. So, but she's just getting into her voice again. And we're trying to find out some type of audio so she can incorporate the sound with her voice. And I'm like, well, I'm good with voice and microphones, but we just got to figure out the instruments and see what we can, go from there.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
I'd love to attend sound baths where they use voice.
Do you?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in that spot too.
Same. Where you're scared if you're doing it right or wrong.
Yeah. So that is something that I will.
Even like tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like toning.
No, that's exactly what I would do. Get in there and use my voice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to probably do a little maybe class or some sort of workshop and figure out how the best way to do that. And and of course, YouTube, there's all kinds of things that you can learn from on that. So
just like this conversation right now, people be learning from you and us, So I want to go back to Yoga Nidra and like getting your clients into that meditative, relaxed state. Does your script that you have or whatever you're saying, does that change constantly? Or do you have something you'll write up and read off of your phone? Or sometimes do you just wing it and just channel it through? how do you decide that?
Yeah,
Or
so, since I've taught yoga for 20 years, I
right.
kind of have my own script that I use,
Yeah.
and it works, and it's good. So that's what
Something you just came up with and you've stuck to it and
yeah, and
changed it a little, or did you say you're like, no, this is so good, I'm sticking to
yeah,
it?
no, I've changed it somewhat, but for the most part, it's pretty much what I've come up with, and
Right.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
one of those things that flows. Do not write out stuff usually. Yeah, I let things flow.
Yeah.
I don't like to read off of a paper. I don't like to
You're
have to
not.
refer to a paper.
Yeah, you're not a planner.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you're a dreamer
Yeah,
and like a long-term planner, but you're not like a. Yeah, I got you.
yeah, it's a Gemini thing.
I know. I know. That's why, and now that I'm like, gosh, I've had a lot of Geminis on this show. I'm very biased. I don't mean to be, I swear.
Well, you didn't know.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. Do you have any long-term goals here in the future? Or anything? I know we talked about your voice that you might be starting to use here in a sound bath.
Well, I would love to just do more with gongs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just purchased 2 more.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I think I have 7 now.
Wow.
And so I love the gongs, and so I'm playing with different sizes to create different effects.
Yeah.
And so just, a lot of it is just self
Right.
practice and discovery, and
Have you combined all of them yet? Like the yoga with the breathing, the meditation, and the sound?
I have.
You
Yeah.
have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A year ago I did a like a 6-hour workshop, and I
Right.
did everything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
Which
I
is
was.
it's difficult to do all of it, and that was a learning experience for me. I did it. It was great. I had a good turnout. Everyone was happy.
Mhm.
Um,
But you're tired or
I
what?
was exhausted.
Yeah, you look like, I mean,
I needed a couple days of rest afterwards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, during that Harmony Festival in Cedar Rapids, did you stick around for that? I can't remember the name of
Garden
it.
Boy.
Yeah, Garden Boy. Did you hear that?
I did not.
Oh,
I did not. And
uh,
I'll tell
yeah,
you what happened.
yeah,
So I went to the kava workshop.
we did.
I did.
Okay.
So kava is a herb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tea,
And
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So you can make kava tea.
yeah.
And I actually drink kava tea. That's something that I drink at nighttime just to relax, and it
Mhm.
helps me sleep.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I went to that workshop because I wanted to know more about it. And
Yeah,
it was great. And we all tasted the tea, and
right.
she made it from raw kava. So we all had
Yeah,
the kava in our system.
right.
But anyway, it relaxes the body.
Oh, for sure.
And I was so tired. And I was thinking, I've got to stay. I've got to stay.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I got to go home. I am not going to make it. I'm tired. I'm
Kirk,
so relaxed.
Kirk, pick me up.
And I understand that I really missed something special. So one day I will get the opportunity, I'm sure.
Do you have any final messages or anything like that? Parting words, thing that you wanted to touch on that we left out of here?
No, I guess, if anybody's thinking maybe they'd like to try yoga,
Mm-hmm.
like to try sound meditation, maybe just experience it, just do it. It's, don't hold back. Just do what you are interested in, do what you love. Who knows, you might find, and every time you do something new, it'll lead you to something else.
It does. So Janelle, where can we find you at then? Are you on Facebook? Do you have an email? Do you have a website? Like how do we, because we just unpacked Hound Dog Rock Shop, which is wonderful, everybody. You're also doing some yoga and then sound. How do we get a hold of you? And yeah.
Right. So you can find me on Facebook, Sacred Sounds with Janel.
Okay.
I do not have a website. I keep things pretty simple. I've grown my community, my sound baths,
Mhm.
through word of mouth and invitation, mainly invitation only. But if you find me and you want an invite, I'm more than welcome to send you a reminder. You just contact me.
Right.
So you can message me through Facebook. And
Right.
as far as the yoga goes, if you want to, same thing, just
Yeah.
find me on Facebook.
Facebook is
Yep.
the best thing.
Yeah.
So Janel went.
Yes.
All right.
And went is with 2 N's.
2 N's.
Mhm.
Did you hear that, everybody? All right. Cool. Well, guys, this was a great podcast about sound, yoga, and the crystals and rocks. I mean, Janelle, thank you for coming on this podcast. And I hope all of our listeners enjoyed as much as I did and you did. Would you like to do this again sometime,
Sure,
Mary?
I'd love to. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, you'll be back. I know you will. So with that being said, everybody, thank you. Thank you, Janelle.
Thank you, Justin.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And remember, hit the like and subscribe button. And if you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate, reach out to us.